do-over.
According to Good Morning America, Bailey Goodman was a traditional New York high school student. She made good grades, was well respected by her friends and peers, and was a cheerleader. She decided to go for a car trip with 4 of her friends, and all 4 of them were fatally killed when she was hit by a tractor trailer head-on. Her cell phone provider tracked a text message a mere 30 seconds before the accident. If this was true, she was responsible for her death and the death of her friends. Getting a license can be a very liberating experience for anyone, and the thrill of freedom for moving from a passenger side to driver's side can be a great experience for any 16-year-old. The first few drives can be probably the most memorable experience for anyone. Most teenagers know to buckle up or they'll face the consequences, but a lot of them don't realize that they don't think twice about talking to a cell phone and driving at the same time. And both of them separately are relatively easy tasks, but mix both of them, they can be a potential disaster. 51% of drivers, according to Good Morning America, said that they talk and drive at the same time, and 46% admitted that texting and driving at the same time. I mean, there needs to be laws that prohibit this because it's been proven unsafe to be doing these. You may not realize, but you're not paying as much attention to the road while you're driving at the same time. It makes sense that your total attention span isn't directed on the road if you're perhaps driving and dialing in front at the same time. And this can be a bigger issue when a teenager or adult has a lot less experience. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration reports that 3% at any given time are using a cell phone or texting. Some say if you're responsible, that it isn't as big of an issue. But really, if you realize it or not, you're not paying as much attention. One of the things that I say to refute this is from one of my own experiences. I was driving home from work one day, and I called my wife, and it just kind of helped me go through my day, and just kind of made my drive a lot more pleasant and easygoing, and just helped it go faster. And I realized when I pulled actually in my driveway that I was in virtual autopilot the entire time, and I didn't realize it. I crossed 3 interstates, changed several highways, all in my head, and didn't realize that I had done this. I had been disconnected from basically the entire world during this, and it changed my opinion about cell phones. What really can be done about this problem? And there can be state laws that help reduce the usage of phones on the road, and there are already 17 states that have enacted some kind of law against cell phones and driving. And they could what they do is a step-by-step process. Say the first step, they give them a warning and a $100 fine. Second step, $250 fine, and the third step maybe like a 30-day suspension. Not long enough to really drastically affect someone's life, but long enough for them to actually think about what they have done. And as it becomes more and more popular, so cell phones are becoming more and more popular, among adults, teenagers alike, and it's just setting a bad example. They see their parents talking to their cell phones at the same time, and they think it's okay. And there are just many distractions that can happen, like perhaps the teenager is talking to cell phone and has a friend in the back and talking, and that just with all these complex activities, it could have a very bad potential for disaster, and it's not worth the risk to the other drivers on the road, to themselves, or their parents and family, that might happen. I mean, with all this, just not really worth the risk. I know in Indiana there was a girl that actually hit a police officer on the road while she was driving, and she didn't realize that she was texting, or she didn't realize that like how close she was to this till after she hit him and she was texting and driving, and that police officer was fatally killed by this accident. And I just thank you for listening to my speech.
Yeah, I woke up for the very last few words.
Thank you.